This is a breakdown analysis of this scene in What If. First, you should be talking about relationship while you're on the job, so they're on the job. Second, they're pals, so they're pretty close friends. Because Steve, at this point, has been gone out of our life for 50 years. Because this is like, essentially 1944 versus probably 2020. Black Widow and Captain Carter are pretty close. And the wink is not really Captain Carter flirting with Black Widow, but it's more like, hey, the last thing I told you, I thought we were pals. That was just a joke. We are pals. Having two women in this scene, being the two powerful character, is not very common in the story, even in animation, because there's always two guys or a guy and a woman. And Black Widow mentions Steve, imply that hey, she still loves Steve because she mentioned Steve to her. Then you get to the next scene, where you got now the Winter Soldier version of this, where you got Steve in this case, Captain American, Black Widow again. Black Widow say, hey, what's your Saturday night plan? Steve say, hey, all my barbershop quartet are dead because he is essentially 70 years older now. And she mentioned there was a person, Christina, in statistic that would go out with him, and Captain say, oh, I know that. I'm not going to ask her out because I know she'll say yes. And the interesting dynamics that Bernard is actually telling people that he's interested in Captain Carter, but then Bernard is more aggressive, the bad guy, because he's bad news, versus Christine, which is, I guess, doesn't have that bad vibe, which is Steve's not interested, which implies either Steve's still like Carter or Steve likes somebody else. But Steve didn't mention anything about Captain Carter. And then Widow say, are you shy or scared? And Steve said, I'm busy. So is Steve liking somebody else and not saying it? Is it like, does Steve really like Black Widow? You don't know. But it's a different scene than next Winter Soldier scene, which I have in this video, is where, they did a kiss to avoid getting captured by Hydra agents. And Steve's like, oh, how did you feel uncomfortable? And then Steve's like, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I feel something else. So Black Widow and Steve had a relationship. I think they didn't want to show it on the MCU movie because, she is a major character, supposed to be strong, and having a relationship in the movie with another strong male character make her lesser of a character. That's normally, unfortunately, that's how the movies always shows it, that the female is always like in love with the male versus vice versa, or they're not equal, right? So I think that's the main reason why MCU movie don't have a relationship or a love relationship between Black Widow and any character. But they'll tease that. I think they try to avoid that because then that will lessen her character. Based on how our culture perceive a relationship between a male and female. BFF, Carter and Widow, and maybe FWB for Captain America, Steve, and Black Widow. That could happen. And I don't think Black Widow has the same relationship with Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye was married, and I think Hawkeye and Black Widow have a very tight working relationship. Maybe they went through a lot of battles together. But I think since Hawkeye is married, I don't think Black Widow has the same feeling to Hawkeye as to Steve. That's it. Thanks. Bye.